सजदे में हम अपने सर को झुकाएंगे.
Interested in honoring or paying tribute to a loved one, or just making a loved one feel special? HGP TV offers you all that and more. Air your birthday greetings, death announcements, and wedding anniversaries on HGP TV today. HGP TV offers affordable prices, convenience, and great services. Call us on 220-3660 or email us at sales@hgptv.com.
Now you can do more, don't secure. Save for a rainy day. Bills clear, cause every day is payday. Dream big plans, fresh cash in your hands. Cause every Friday is super payday. Every day, every day, every day, every day is payday. Every Friday is super payday.
GECOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you were 18 years or over on December 31, 2024, and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed and, if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. You must visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2025. For more information, contact the GECOM on 225-027-829 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
Top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. VP Jack Dio hopes political opponents can withstand scrutiny. Businessman Azruddin Mohammed sends mixed signals. Bandit escapes from police custody while at the GPHC. Police constable under close arrest. President reaffirms tuition-free UG for new academic semester this month. And contract for Monrepo Market terminated. New one yet to be finalized. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Thursday, January 2, 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Happy New Year. We have what you need to know this evening. According to Head of State Irfan Ali, the nation's power generation capacity has grown from 207 megawatts to 267 megawatts since the second power ship was put into service in December. Antonio Day opens our broadcast this evening.
The generation availability increase, now as I speak to you, has increased from 207 megawatts to 267 megawatts. The current demand, and this is what I'm advised here now, the current demand is approximately 119 megawatt, with peaks of 205 megawatt.
That was Head of State Irfan Ali providing an update on Ghana's power generation capacity at a media briefing held at State House, Georgetown on Tuesday. The second power ship was chartered to help offset generation shortfalls and was put into service on December 23, 2024. 4 generators on board the ship, each with a rated capacity of 80 megawatts, are providing the 60 megawatt of power, according to an update shared on GPL's official Facebook page. It is anticipated that this expanding Power supply will significantly reduce the nation's rising electricity demand, especially during periods of peak consumption. The Demerara-Berbice interconnected grid has been receiving 36 megawatts of power from the first power ship, which was deployed to the Berbice River in May of 2024. President Ali was still answering a number of inquiries about the nation's power outage situation, even though a second power ship had been added to the grid, with work that was done by the Guyana Power and Light Company, GPL, and contractor Calpatara Projects International Limited.
Many of the existing generators that are in the system, they have gone past the time for overhaul because we did not have the capacity in the system to pull them down. If we had pulled those generators out of the system, we would have lost capacity and lose power.
The president also mentioned that a 27 megawatt spinning reserve is needed to meet the current power generation capacity. This is what he said.
So you have to add 27 megawatts to the 205 because a system should always have a spinning reserve of 27 megawatts, which is calculated at 1.5 times the largest unit. And that is to ensure the reliability of supply of power.
According to Ali, when the gas energy project is completed, the country's generation capacity will be standardized. Former Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson, who oversaw electricity from 2015 to 2020, said in a statement on Saturday that the government has now engaged in a number of careless spending initiatives to hide its ineptitude in the sector. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
On the police blotter, hours after a bandit was arrested, he escaped from police custody. The Police Office of Professional Responsibility has been called in, while a police constable has been placed under close arrest. More details in this report. Police have clarified that the bandit who was captured on Tuesday afternoon during an attempted robbery at a Chinese-owned restaurant on Dennis Street, Sapphire, is actually 20 years old and not 16 years old, as was previously reported. However, a manhunt is now on to locate 20-year-old Sherwin Duncan, who escaped from police custody the very day he was arrested. This photograph shows Duncan seated in a wheelchair at the Georgetown Public Hospital on December 31, 2024. He was taken there by police to seek medical attention for an injury he sustained to his right foot during the attempted robbery. Nightly News understands that Duncan was under police guard at the Georgetown Public Hospital when he escaped. A police constable has been placed under close arrest as the Police Office of Professional Responsibility probes the incident. Sources familiar with investigation into the attempted robbery have disclosed that Duncan will now be charged with attempted robbery and escape from lawful custody. On December 31, 2024, the owners of the restaurant were inside their business place around midday when 3 gunmen walked in and demanded cash. A security guard attached to a private security firm observed that there was a robbery in progress and engaged the bandits. An off-duty policeman who was also in the vicinity promptly responded to the scene and traded bullets with the bandits. One bandit, identified as Eric, was killed, while another escaped from the scene of the robbery. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. With over $500 million being invested into the upkeep and building of market infrastructure, Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Sonia Parag highlighted that the Monrepo market is yet to be completed after the termination of the long-delayed contract. Daisy Richards has more details.
On Thursday, during the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development's end-of-year press conference, Minister Sonia Parag highlighted that the government has invested over $500 million into the country's market infrastructure.
In 2024, $539 million was expended on improving our market infrastructure. These included the rehabilitation of the Stabrook Market Sanitary Block, the rehabilitation of the Kumaka Market in Region 1. While the construction of the Parika Charity and Lenore Market have been completed, the minister highlighted that the contract for the Monrepo Market has been terminated. We've had the Monrepo Market that has been long delayed, and we've terminated the contract. and we have gone out back for tender.
With another contract being awarded in December, the minister is unsure about when the market will be completed.
We would love at the shortest time possible to get that done. So the contract is now being prepared, ensuring that we do have a reasonable period to finish that.
Previous Minister of Local Government, Nigel Darmlao, looked over the signing of the contract for the completion of the Monrepo Market in November of 2022, which was to be completed in the span of 5 to 6 months. The third phase cost $613 million. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
The government of Guyana, through the Ministry of Health, will gain access to $22 million from the World Bank Coordinated Pandemic Fund starting in March 2025. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony recently announced this development during the Ministry of Health end-of-year press conference. The funding includes a $15 million grant from the Pandemic Fund, facilitated by the World Bank in collaboration with the World Health Organization (WHO), alongside $7 million in co-funding from the World Bank.
This program would focus on surveillance of diseases, both among the human population and animal population, because we want to make sure that if there's a disease in the animal population that jumps over into the human population, that we'll be able to detect that.
Dr. Anthony explained that the program will also enhance laboratory capacity, focusing on the National Public Health Reference Lab.
We'll be investing approximately $2 million in the National Public Health Reference Lab so that we can move that lab up to a level 3 facility.
He emphasized the importance of such upgrades, especially when working with viruses and understanding their circulation.
And we are able to do influenza and virus tracking so that we can tell you the types of viruses that are circulating in Guyana.
According to the Pandemic Fund's website, the fund is a groundbreaking multilateral financing mechanism with a primary aim to strengthen pandemic prevention, preparedness and response (PPR) capabilities in low and middle income countries through investment and technical support at national, regional and global levels. Tiana reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana. Stay with us. There's more news ahead.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality, and key.
Over 300 tons of steel are being fabricated here in Guyana for the Jaguar Floating Production, Storage and Offloading Vessel, FPSO. Industrial Fabrications Incorporated, INFAB, Guyana Oil and Gas Support Services Incorporated, GOGSI, and Zico Group of Services are leading the charge, showcasing the skills and capacity of local talent. This project is a local content win, demonstrating the strength of Guyana's industrial capabilities.
Krishna Rock Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating, machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara, or call 220-9624, 616-9416, or 619-7880. At Krishna Rock Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
Welcome back to the HGP Nightly News. Our developing story. The People's Progressive Party Civic seems worried about a possible political rival in the 2025 general and regional elections in the name of Azruddin Mohammed. Vice President Barrett Jagdeo tried to downplay the impact businessman Azruddin Mohammed may have in the political arena. More details in this report. Vice President Barrett Jagdeo appeared timid when he was asked about political rivals as Guyana enters yet another general and regional elections year. Even though billionaire businessman Azruddin Mohammed has not outrightly announced that he will enter the presidential race, there are indications that the businessman may put his money where his mouth is, as has been indicated in his New Year's message.
At the heart of progress, whether personal, communal, or national, is the growth of the individual. We must strive to better ourselves, developing our character, enhancing our skills, and fostering a spirit of compassion. That will lay the foundation for a stronger society.
However, the VP, apparently banking on the United States sanctions against the businessman, is prepared to take off the gloves.
And they would not go off crying that they're being targeted by those questions. They wouldn't become crybabies or they're victims, because that's what lots of people believe. You know, they can, every single day they can target a PPP official, but one question, a serious question, is asked of one of them, and suddenly, oh, we're unfairly targeting them.
The vice president now says that Guyana is a free country and that anyone can enter the presidential race, an insinuation that obviously gives further than any Guyanese can run for president. Jagdeo seems to be inferring that whoever wants to enter the presidential race must be prepared to withstand the rigor of scrutiny.
This is a free country, and anyone can contest the elections. However, once you declare your track record the same way we face scrutiny every single day, we have to face scrutiny over a whole range of issues fairly and unfairly. I hope people are ready to answer tough questions.
In January of 2024, Vice President Barrett Jagdeo disclosed that the next general elections will likely be held in November 2025. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. In an effort to manage solid waste effectively, Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Sonia Parag on Thursday highlighted that landfill sites have been developed across Guyana. Daisy Richards is on this story.
The ministry, over time and over a period of years, have worked into its budget and into its mandates, such as the landfill sites, for the proper disposal of waste.
That was Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Sonia Parag on Thursday at her ministry's end-of-year press conference. She said that landfill sites have been developed and maintained in these specific regions across the countries. These regions are 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10.
In 2024 alone, the ministry has expended $809 million to effectively maintain 13 landfill operations.
Additionally, the minister expounded that in 2025 they are looking to develop more landfill sites in Guyana, and the ministry will also provide garbage trucks to various regions.
We are very shortly, and we are in the process of procuring 25 compactor garbage trucks that we will be distributing to several local democratic organs to assist and support with the proper collection and disposal of solid waste.
Parag said that various communities have reached out to the ministry to request assistance with the removal of solid waste. In total, from 2020 to 2024, she said that her ministry has expended over $4 billion to improve solid waste management throughout the country. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Guyana has recorded over 10,000 cases of dengue and 24,000 cases of malaria in 2024. This was revealed by Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony during his ministry's end-of-year press conference. Tiana Cole has more.
Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony announced that the ministry plans to intensify efforts to combat dengue virus, including expanding fogging activities. All regional hospitals now have the capability to conduct dengue testing and providing better diagnostics across the country.
Every NDC and every village council would get from us these fogging machines, and we will train them how to do fogging.
Regions 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, and 10 have been the most affected with this virus, prompting heightened monitoring and deployment of vector control teams, who are targeting mosquito breeding sites during peak activity times to limit the spread of the disease. Dr. Anthony also highlighted the importance of community involvement, urging citizens to eliminate stagnant water, use repellents, and take measures to avoid mosquito bites. Regarding malaria, the ministry has distributed bed nets and initiated training for gold miners to detect and treat cases, given the strong correlation between malaria and gold mining activities.
We have had about 24,000 cases, and these are predominantly in regions 1, 7, 8, and 9.
The health minister revealed that the ministry is working on a new malaria elimination plan with specific focus on interventions in endemic regions of the country and targeting hotspot areas such as regions 1, 7, 8, and 9.
The new plan that we are developing is looking at how we can eliminate malaria from Guyana. And we have in Region 9, there's a specific area where we are seeing the most malaria cases. And we are putting in some interventions in that area.
Another innovative approach currently under development involves administering medication to all individuals in endemic areas to eliminate the malaria parasite residing in their system. Dr. Anthony expressed confidence that these measures will significantly reduce cases within a year or two and eventually lead to the elimination of malaria disease in Guyana's endemic regions. Tiana reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
In a bold step to reassure students of the University of Guyana, the President of Guyana in his New Year's message reaffirmed that UG will remain tuition-free as preparations are underway for the new term. Caris Gonzalez is on this story.
In his live New Year's message to the nation, President Mohamed Irfan Ali reiterated that the long-awaited tuition waiver for the University of Guyana students will be implemented in the upcoming academic term.
And the University of Guyana will become tuition-free from this month.
This announcement was first made during a special session of the National Assembly, where President Ali revealed a series of bold initiatives designed to increase disposable income for the working population. The tuition waiver will benefit over 11,000 students and is expected to cost approximately $18 billion. With a strong focus on education, President Ali reassured citizens that throughout 2025, they can look forward to countless opportunities for personal development and growth.
This year, we'll deliver universal secondary education, ensuring that every child in Guyana has access to quality schooling. Every teacher will either be trained or in training.
In addition, the President highlighted that the launch of a digital school aimed at expanding support for the subject areas of mathematics and English. This initiative is also expected to provide a better pathway for reducing the burden of student loan payments. The President also pointed to other promising developments for 2025, including advancements in healthcare, the construction of 6 new regional hospitals, and 2 cutting-edge nursing schools are set to be completed in 2025 to ensure that thousands of new nurses and medical professionals will join the workforce to provide high-quality care to every Guyanese from the hinterland to the coast. Additionally, plans are underway to improve the nation's physical environment through better solid waste management, including more efficient garbage collection and an increased number of waste disposal sites. Reporting for the HGP Nightly News, I am Carice Gonzalez.
Thank you, Carice, for your reporting. Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Over 300 tons of steel are being fabricated here in Guyana for the Jaguar Floating Production, Storage and Offloading Vessel, FPSO. Industrial Fabrications Incorporated, INFAB, Guyana Oil and Gas Support Services Incorporated, GOGSI, and GECOM Group of Services are leading the charge, showcasing the skills and capacity of local talent. This project is a local content win, demonstrating the strength of Guyana's industrial capabilities.
GECOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors OLE. GECOM has posted the preliminary list of electors PLE in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed and, if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you were 18 years or over on December 31, 2024, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. If you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE, you are required to apply for registration if your name is not in the PLE, apply for a transfer if you have changed your address since you were registered, apply for a name change if you have changed your name, or apply for a correction if your registration particulars are incorrect. Any person whose information on the PLE is incorrect can apply for such information to be changed or corrected. Any person applying for a change or correction to his or her particulars must provide the relevant original source document, birth certificate and a deed poll for a name change by deed poll, marriage certificate and ID card for a name change by marriage, divorce absolute in the case of a woman who is desirous of reverting to her maiden name from her married name, birth certificate, adoption certificate, naturalization certificate for a correction of minor clerical errors. Visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. The claims aspect of this exercise will end on Wednesday, 15th January 2025. For further information, contact GECOM at 225-027829 or visit our website at www.gecom.org.gy.
Welcome back to the HGP Nightly News. Just recently, the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago declared its state of emergency amid the country's alarming and uncontrollable crime rate. The number of crimes has now reached to 624 after an attorney was murdered in front of his family on Tuesday night. Antonio Day has more.
On Thursday, the TNT Daily Express reported that a lawyer was slain in front of his family. The 43-year-old lawyer Randall Hector was shot twice in the chest in front of his family, according to a news outlet. Opposition leader of the United National Congress, Kamala Persad-Besessar, in her New Year's message, said that without a doubt, 2024 has been one of the most difficult and challenging years for Trinidad and Tobago, unquote. She said last year, the country experienced unparalleled trauma and terror from the unprecedented crime and violence wave that has plunged our nation into a seemingly permanent state of darkness and despair. The politician noted that more than 625 citizens were killed, while others endured incalculable losses and devastation due to the widespread home invasions, assaults, robberies, and extortions. Citizens continue to be emotionally traumatized by brutal, sadistic rapes, kidnappings, rising cases of domestic violence and abuse, and bullying in our schools, the opposition leader said in her New Year's Eve message. Yet all is not lost, for the New Year traditionally ushers in a period of renewal, hope, and a new chance to get it right. And it is my greatest hope that in 2025 our country will once more regain the peace, prosperity, security, and progress that it has eluded us in the past decade, she expressed. On Monday, the government of Trinidad and Tobago declared a state of emergency amid the country's escalating crime situation, with roughly 623 deaths for the year. Over the weekend, the nation was thrown into a state of mourning following the death of 5 men believed to be victims of reprisal shootings. During a press conference held by the Ministry of National Security, Acting Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Stuart Young, expressed grave concern at the escalating situation.
Over the last month or so, and in fact building up to this, the government has been concerned about the use of high-powered illegal firearms, high-caliber firearms, including automatic weapons that unfortunately scourge throughout the whole Caribbean region.
National Security Minister Fitzgerald Harris said that the measure for the country to emerge as a state of emergency in wake of such circumstances would turn out beneficial in the long run.
We have to undertake certain sacrifices for the public and for the general good.
Basad Besessa recently in a shared press statement with Nightly News said that this state of emergency was not called because of any genuine concern for the safety of citizens, but rather as a shameless act of political gimmickry to be used as propaganda for the upcoming general elections. Unquote. The statement continued, I called for a state of emergency in January 2024 as I correctly predicted that the failure to do so would result in the most murderous year. I was wrongly condemned by the Prime Minister and his political and business community supporters. Many lives could have been saved had they heeded to my advice at the beginning of this year. Unquote. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The establishment of a new tissue culture laboratory in Guyana slated for completion in the first quarter of 2025 is expected to significantly reduce the country's food import bill, according to Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa. Caris Gonzalez will tell you more.
Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa recently discussed the establishment of a new tissue culture laboratory at Nari on the east coast of Demerara during his year-end press briefing. He announced that the ministry entered into a significant partnership with India, valued in the millions, to develop this cutting-edge facility.
We have signed a contract with the Energy Resource Institute of India at a cost of $402.5 million. The cost for the building is $179 million, but the equipment will cost us $223 million.
Launched in March 2024, the project is expected to be completed by early 2025. Once in operations, the workers employed in this laboratory will be equipped with capable skills to produce millions of plantlets annually.
When this is completed, it will have a capacity to produce millions of planting material, or plantlets as we call it.
To date, Guyana produces fewer than 15,000 plantlets annually through its 11 nurseries nationwide. However, these nurseries lack the capacity to meet demand. The new lab will address this issue and significantly boost the availability of plantlets for farming.
This will be here a game changer for us because it will produce a number of crops that we want, things like pineapple, plantain, breadfruit, sweet potato. So this will help us to reduce our food import bill with the type of planting material that we will be producing.
These advanced facilities will focus on producing high-yield, pest and disease-resistant plantlets, which will reduce the reliance on chemical treatments by farmers for the improvement of overall sustainability in agricultural practices. Reporting for the HGP Nightly News, I am Caris Gonzalez.
Stay tuned for your regional news.
In today's fast-paced world of modern finance, with its many options and opportunities, you will need good advice and help getting value for your money. Hand-in-hand trust is the way to go. From owning your own home or business with our residential and commercial mortgages to drive a new car with a vehicle loan, we'll help help you realize your dreams. You can also access investment deposit accounts, share brokerage services, personal trust, thrift and pension plan trusteeship, property management, investment portfolio management, safe deposit boxes, the convenience of our Cambio, Western Union, and Bill Express services, hand-in-hand trust for financial services and more, helping you get the most out of your financial resources and your life.
GECOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you were 18 years or over on December 31, 2024, and you're a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all of the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check if you are listed and, if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. You must visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Wednesday, the 22nd of January, 2025. For more information, contact the GECOM on 225-027-829 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday's edition of the Regional News. We tell you that Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley assumes the role of CARICOM chair starting January 1, 2025, beginning her 6-month stint in the office. She takes over from Grenada's Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell. The position of CARICOM chair is rotated among CARICOM heads of government. Trinidad and Tobago's Dr. Keith Rowley was CARICOM chair in 2020. Trinidad and Tobago will next assume the role in 2027. The Conference of Heads of Government, made up the leaders of CARICOM member states, is the Caribbean community's highest decision-making body. It sets the policy direction for the region and has the final say on treaties and agreements with international organizations and states. Over in Trinidad, attorney Randall Hector, a lawyer who did legal work for the Strategic Services Agency, SSA, an elite unit within the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, has been murdered. Hector, 43, was walking to his car at Stanmore Avenue, Port of Spain, when he was shot. He died at the hospital. In 2023, there were 577 known homicides in Trinidad and Tobago. In 2024, there has now been at least 625. The Court of Appeal reserved the judgment in the Strategic Services Agency, SSA, appeal over a request by political activist Ravi Maharaj for information on wiretapping by the agency. Appellate judges heard legal arguments from SSA attorney, former head of the SSA legal department, Randall Hector, and Maharaj's legal team led by Anand Ramagan, senior counsel. In 2017, Maharaj requested disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act regarding the number of interceptions of citizens' private communications were conducted by the SSA without warrants from a judge. He also asked for the number of international training courses the staff attended. The SSA refused to provide the information on the ground that it would breach national security. Maharaj brought judicial review proceedings challenging the SSA's failure to disclose the information under its FOIA request. The SSA appealed. Hector argued that the SSA could not disclose the information as it was bound by a strict code of secrecy and confidentiality. And now for some international news. Puerto Ricans were without electricity early on New Year's Eve after a grid failure left nearly all of the island without power. Around 90% of clients were without power at 9:30, according to energy distribution company Luma Energy's real-time portal. It would likely take 24 to 48 hours to turn the lights back on, conditions permitting, Luma said in a statement. While the cause of the outage is under investigation, preliminary findings point to a failure in an underground line, Loomis added. Ivan, a spokesperson for Power Generator Genera, called the grid failure a major incident in a local radio interview. He said that the line believed to have failed was operated by Luma and brought down plants belonging to Genera as well as private generators. Puerto Rico has long dealt with chronic power outages and its infrastructure crumbles. It was hit hard by Hurricane Maria, a Category 4 storm in 2017. I am Carice Gonzalez. Thank you for watching.
Jack Dio hopes political opponents can withstand scrutiny. Businessman Azruddin Mohammed sends mixed signals. Bandit escapes from police custody while at the GPHC. Police constable under close arrest. President reaffirms tuition-free UG for new academic semester this month. And contract for Monrepo Market terminated. New one yet to be finalized. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.